Let somebody know we're here. That's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about the ability to stay focused in a world full of distractions. In a world full of distractions. Still live. Hey, good morning. Are we live, Janae? We up?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Facebook Live. Good morning, Instagram Live. Hey, good morning, Instagram. I see my cousins checked in. How are you over there, Vanessa? Good to see you on Instagram Live. Welcome, everybody. It's today the last day of the year? But anyway, I think tomorrow is, right? Welcome to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. My name is Ralph Graves. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you'll see that Janae is here and Kyer is here. The gang is all here on Instagram Live. All you got is me. We're going to fix that in 2021. But thanks for checking in. Today's topic, everybody, share it, call somebody, let somebody know what we're talking about. Today's topic is 5 ways to stay focused in a world full of distractions. We're going to talk about that today. Now, here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Hey, good morning, Felipe. How are you? Good morning, Joyce. The ability to stay focused will be the superpower of the 21st century. You know, we see all these superpower, Marvel and Wonder Woman and all that kind of stuff. But the ability to stay focused, that is going to be the superpower. We're talking about reaching your goals. We're talking about you becoming the person you were destined to become. We're going to talk about those things today. There's 5 ways to do that. Before I get into the question of the day, let me say good morning to my co-host, my 2 very lovely co-hosts, to one daughter of mine biologically and one spiritually, but they're both here today. 2 of my daughters. Good morning, Janae. That's Janae Graves.
Good morning.
How are you?
Pretty good. I'm kind of tired. I woke up pretty early, like 7 o'clock.
Right.
And just a little fuzzy.
You woke up at 7 o'clock. That's if you. Hey, what's happening, Logic? What's going on? Good to see you on. Good morning, Kyer.
Good morning.
Did you wake up early as well?
I did not.
I was about to say I wasn't going to be 2 for 2 with both both the co-hosts waking up early.
Nope.
Janae, what got into you? You got up at 7 a.m.
Well, I had to take Chris to go drop his car off. So
Okay.
I had to wake up because he had an early appointment. And
All right.
Had to go get him. And I was like,
very good. Very good. And Kyer, you didn't get up early, huh? Well, anyway, I'm glad to have both of you guys here. Now, guys, we're going to talk about something that we talk about a lot in the office, and that is focus. Hey, good morning, Budget Queens. Good morning, Budget Queens. We're going to talk about that the ability to stay focused is and will be the superpower of this 21st century. All of these distractions. Good morning, Kathy Williams on Facebook Live. All of these distractions that we have going on around us. How do we stay focused in our deep work? All right. What does deep work really require? I cannot imagine. I was out last night with some friends of ours, and we're both in my wife and I and our friends, we're both in the grandparent stage, and we're watching our children having to deal with their children at home going to school. I cannot imagine while they're in fact trying to work from home, their kids are at home. A friend of ours told a story. She was happened to be watching her grandson. Her grandson gets up and walks away from the computer. Girls, you get a kick of this. And she's like, "Where are you going?" He said, "Well, the teacher said she had to get up and take the chicken nuggets out of the oven for her son." It's crazy. So even teachers that have to teach from home while their kids go to school from home, man, it is a world full of distractions. A world full of distractions. God bless all of you who are going through this. So how do we maintain our focus? How do we get focused to become who we have been called to become? And so we're going to talk about that ability. Good morning, great morning, Deshaun. Always glad to see you on. So we're going to talk about 5 ways to stay focused in a world full of distractions. I touched on this a little bit yesterday. If you saw the preview, of what we talked about, I have a planner, right? I have planners. I'm Mr. Planner. I write everything down. I have planners going back to 2016, and I have this planner. I'm trying to get out of my book. Here we go. All right, here it is. Got this phenomenal planner, right? So what I do the week in between Christmas and New Year's, this is what I do. I go back, and that's just 21. I go back through my 2020 planner, and I look at all the meetings I had because I write everything down. I measure everything. I determine what meetings produced something, what may still produce something, or which ones were a complete waste of my time, never to go back to them again. But in the meantime, hey, what's going on, Papoose? In the meantime, right, what happens is I start looking at some goals that I had written down in 2020. Vanessa, you like this. I wrote down some goals in 2020. And some of the goals I met, some of the goals I'm still striving towards, and others I have not even started. So I asked myself, why didn't I even start these goals? Maybe it was a lack of focus, and it probably was a lack of focus. So how do we stay focused in a world full of distractions? All right. It doesn't listen, don't I must say this at the onset of this program, because I want all of you to understand this. You'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be. So don't live in a world of regret because you didn't meet some of your goals. All right. Don't reaching goals and accomplishments doesn't make you happy. Okay. You are as happy as you want to be. You can be happy while striving for your goals. So but anyway, I checked that out, and I'm like, man, I have some stuff that I need to get to. And so anyway, we're talking about these distractions. All right. Talking about these distractions. Here's the question of the day. The question of the day. I want you guys to share, because like I said, people, listen, the world has handed all of us what happened in the world has happened to all of us. Now, the key is what you do about it. What has happened in the world today has happened to all of us. What's up, because but the key is what you do about it. And so for some of us, the question of the day is, what's the question of the day? Oh, what do you do to keep yourself even keeled? Now, we're going to talk about distractions, but we're going to talk about what do you do to keep yourself, woosah, even keeled? Because it's crazy out here. But the strong among us do some certain things to keep us even keeled. Hey, guys, I always ask you guys, how was your weekend? If you can remember, how was Christmas? I got an hour to do the show. Yeah. We might as well dive into that real quick. How was Christmas, Kaya, for you? You have a good time?
Yes, I did. Christmas was good. It was just with the family in the house. But
Yo, I got a joke for y'all after, and so you say it was just with the family. Yeah, good. Janae, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. I got a bunch of stuff that I wanted.
Yeah.
Mainly coats. I had no coats, and I don't have any coats, but now I have 4. So
there you go. There you go. Yeah, my Christmas was nice, relaxed. We did what we do, and again, I love the grandparent status. Where are my grandparents at? Y'all hit me with some love somewhere. Where are my grandparents at? I love grandparent status because you can just blow in and blow right out. Showed up at my daughter's house, had a great brunch, gave out gifts. All the kids thought my mom and pop were heroes, and it was great. And I love giving gifts because I love to see people smile. Hey, good morning, JR. It's not about what people give me. I love to make people smile. And then we blow right out of there, came home, and we relaxed. We had a great time, so Christmas was good. Now, back in the day, right, used to visit people for Christmas. I heard this saying the other day, right? And I love it. It was by Benjamin Franklin. He said this. He said that fish and company begin to stink after 3 days. Don't overstay your welcome. I love that. So if you went to somebody's house, if you're hanging with somebody, and then I know today that's frowned upon, but never overstay your welcome. Fish and company begin to stink after 3 days. I feel you, Ben Franklin. Okay. Question of the day. What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? How does what do you do? What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? Go ahead and join in. Okay. While you're thinking about that, let's dive into the topic of the day. While you thinking about that, every success story, the longest chapter in every success story is chapter 1, and that's determination. Determination. Hey, Heart to Heart on Instagram Live. Thank you for checking in. She says, yes, I'm learning to pray, meditate, and be intentional about every day, trying to stay present in the moment. I've also learned to let go and let God. That's awesome. Yes, we have to understand how to do that. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I didn't say it at the top, but I often tell you guys from the door. I pastor Cornerstone Community Church, the finest church in the country as far as I'm concerned. I pastor some very, very loving, smart people, some intentional people. And if you don't have a relationship with Christ, you really need to get one. So success demands many things from us, but willpower and determination are an ingredient. Hey, hi from Spain. Yo, somebody's watching from Spain on Instagram Live.
You don't say hi, you say hola.
Hola, Spain. Hola. Thanks for checking in. Now, if we're going to stay focused, we're going to have to have this willpower and determination. This willpower and determination. Many people actually believe that we are born with determination, right? Many people believe that those who succeed are just the fortunate ones who are born with an abundant amount of supply of determination and willpower. That is not true. All right. Determination, willpower is something that needs to be developed, and they are hard to develop in a world full of distractions. I mean, think about it, right? Most of you guys, hey, my mom joined on Instagram Live. Wow. Hey, Mom. Most of us are watching on phones or watching on computer or watching at YouTube Live, whatever. So we have these distractions, but hopefully this program is not a distraction. Hopefully this show is feeding you. And so the willpower is you have to develop the willpower and determination. Often it's hard to do. Okay. So here are 5 ways. We're talking about deep work. I read a book by Cal Newport. Go get it if you don't have it. It's about deep work. It's about how to work deeply, and it's about 5 different types of deep work he goes into. But I'm going to give you some stuff that really helped me. Deep work. Understand this. Deep work doesn't have to be 8 hours a day. Deep work could be an hour a day. Deep work could be 2 hours a day. But you ought to have a moment in time during the day where you are going deep. All right, where you're going deep, where you shut the door. Get off social media, whatever the case may be, where you're going deep into your work. But anyway, let's talk about the 5 ways to harness your determination and the 5 ways to stay focused. Here's way number 1. Number 1, thought about this yesterday, jot it down. Set up your day the night before. That's why, where's my beautiful planner? That's why I have this beautiful planner. Wonderful Christmas gift from my mother. Beautiful planner. Set up your day the night before. I'm talking about the day that you do your focused work. Talking about the day that I'm talking about the part of the day where you are striving to meet your goals. All right. We all have 24 hours. 24 hours. The only difference between you and I is what we've done over time with those 24 hours. It's the only difference. Understand this too. The reason why I have these programs and we do what we do. Listen, and let me tell you something about success. People will say, I'm in the pursuit of success. Let me help you out here. Pursuing success is like chasing a butterfly. You never quite can catch it. However, if you work more time on yourself, if you spend so much time on yourself becoming who you were supposed to become, success will find you and be attracted to you. So let's lose this notion going into 21. I'm just chasing the dream. No, start becoming who you're supposed to become and success will find you. So anyway, set up your day the night before. What does that look like? Before you go to sleep, why don't you just make some basic decisions about how you'll go about tomorrow? That's what I do. How will you go about tomorrow? Even down to what you wear. Hey, you guys, where my church folk at, right? And remember my church folk, like back in the day, we used to go to church. I grew up church. We set out our clothes the night before, even in school. Remember when you guys could go to school? Remember, like before school uniforms, right? The first week of school, so when you showed up all your new school clothes, and so you kind of set it up the day before, right? How about what you'll eat for lunch, so you're not spending time in a menu? You're spending and you're wasting, 20 minutes looking over a menu of the same stuff that you're going to get anyway. How about which route you'll take to work if you have to leave home? Is it easier to pack a healthy lunch the night before than to decide what you're going to eat? Anyway, little things. Just plan the day. Plan the day. Set up your day the night before so that when you are working and striving to achieve your goals, you're not being distracted looking for and looking for ways. I'm gonna tell you what messed me up, right? And I'm gonna go to you guys, right? And thank you, John, for checking in. I'm gonna read your comment and Deshauna's. You know what messes me up? Like I'll be on my way doing a goal, and then say you go to your phone, you look for a menu or whatever the case may be, you look for an article, and you get sucked down this rabbit hole in social media. All of a sudden, you check your Instagram. Can't do that while you're doing deep work. All of a sudden, you check your Twitter. Can't do that. You can't do that. You call yourself researching something. Next thing you know, you got sucked down the rabbit hole. So set up your day the night before. My friend John Lundy says this. I've been focusing on my relationship with God or relationship with the Lord, going back to school for real estate license. Amen. Start your day with prayer. End the day the same way. If you look like $1,000,000, then you're $1 million ahead. There you go. There you go. Great. Thanks for saying that, JR. JR and I, we used to work out in the gym together, right? And I'm a gym rat, and the reason why I stay in the gym is this. My mind may want to do something. I have to make sure my body is able to do it, right? So that's why we talk about staying in shape and are you I hate to say staying healthy, but are you taking care of yourself? Because your number one support system is your own body. Your number one support system. That's why you take the vitamins and the minerals. That's why you eat right. That's why you train. Your number one support system is your body. Thank you for checking out, JR. Thank you for saying that. Shauna Clark says, I focus daily on my daily bread, the word of God. Amen. Through devotion, journaling, writing thoughts, feelings down, not watching TV news on negative things that keep my mind, and she keeps her mind focused on Christ, gave me peace and the ability to focus on everyday tasks. Hey, listen, thank you for that. Thank you for that. You need to, once again, have your mind, if you're a Christian, and hopefully you are, have your mind focused on Christ. Listen, here's the funny thing about attacks, about things that distractions. Distractions show up when there's nothing filling that space. All right. So if I set up my day the night before, I don't have any space for distractions to slide in and knock me off course during the most productive hours of the day. Y'all feel me? I guess am I making sense? Kair, help me.
Yes, you are making sense.
Janae, what about with you? I always check in with my youngins. Am I making sense?
Yeah. What's that saying that was like, idle hands are the devil's playground or something like that?
Idle hands are the devil's playground. Yeah. They are. And I see the budget queens are they were on Instagram Live. How about making a decision about how much money you're gonna spend? Make up a decision the day before. Okay, this is my daily budget. This is my daily budget. Stick to it. Stick to it.
And it becomes easier the more you plan and the more you follow the plan that you've given yourself. You realize that you did it for yourself. So I'm going to stick to it because it's me for me. Like, this is me looking out for tomorrow me.
Yeah.
I know when you mentioned the whole like plan your day ahead, and you just mentioned like lunch. I don't know how many times not packing my lunch before I was supposed to leave for work has like thrown off everything. Like
Yeah.
I'll wake up on time and then be like, I didn't make anything for lunch. Like, and now I'm like having to cook whole meals in the morning when I could be already gone. And it just throws everything off just because the night before I didn't feel like making lunch. And
it's the little things. Hey, Greg Caven, what's up, brother? Love you, man. It's the little things. Like Janae said, just making a lunch. Now we come to work. Janae, Kayer, and I are sitting around. See who's going to make the Chick-fil-A run. We wasted 20 minutes. That could have been. We wasted, matter of fact, because the line's so long at Chick-fil-A. How much time we waste, Kayer? About 40 minutes?
Yeah.
When we could have been doing some deep work. We could have did some deep work, got productive, and left work early. It's the little stuff. Set up your day the night before. Just try it. Even if you're working from home, just try it. Just try setting up your day. It only take about, how long does it take to set up your day the night before, guys? About 30 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, about 10, because I don't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. Hey, on Instagram Live, my wife joined in. Hey, I can say this to her. Hey, honey, how are you? Good to see you. It doesn't take much to set it up. Now, what I've done, and I'll just keep it at set up the night before, but I usually take Sunday night. I'm just giving you Ralph Gray strategies, right? That's all. You apply how you want to apply. I usually take Sunday night, and especially Monday, because I give myself a Sabbath. If you know me, you know I believe the word of God wholeheartedly. I don't believe you were designed to work 7 days a week. I don't. I work 6. God left me the program. I work 6, and on the 7th, he rested, so I'm going to rest. My Sabbath just happens to be on Mondays, right? So I'll take a Sunday night, a Monday. I'll go in the planner. I'll plan out the week. I'll block out the week. Y'all, don't even call me on Mondays. I don't even pick up the phone on Mondays. It works for me. I'm more productive in 6 days than I've ever been in 7 days because I'm following a prescribed program that was set up by the Most High. But that's another day. That's another story for another day. But I'll take a Sunday night or a Monday, and I'll lay out the whole week in my planner. You know, and I may not stick to it completely, but here's the outline for the week. Here's the outline for the week. That's what I do. Okay, so set up your day the night before. Hey, guys. Hey, what's up, Flash? That's my man right there. What's going on, man? I hope all's well with you and the family as well, man. Good to see you, Mike Blandon. I love when guys that I coached in football check in with me, and I watch them become young men. And hey, Mike, man, I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing, man, and keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, okay, let's look at answer the question for me, guys. What do you do? Question of the day. What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? And I'll share mine later on. And if you know me, you probably already know what I do. What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? What do you do? Kayer, to stay even keeled? It don't have to be deep. It could be like, hey, whatever. I stretch 15 minutes a day. What do you do to keep yourself even keeled?
Let's see. I don't know. Like, I feel like it depends. But definitely, I find definitely planning ahead working for me. That way, I don't just see myself sitting here or just wasting time. Like, even if I put a little idea in my head, I'll get it together. Like, when I first wake up, like, all right, you're going to do something along the lines of this.
Right. Okay. All right. So that keeps you even keeled. Hey, going back to Ryan Leafy from X Athletics, friend of the show. He checked it. He said, Chick-fil-A will cost you 20 minutes and $20. You got that right. Mike Blandon says that he journals to keep himself even keeled. What about you, Janae? What do you do to keep yourself even keeled?
To keep myself even keeled, I've tried a multiple things over the years. But right now what I do, what I've just started doing is I do like yoga and like breathing exercises. To worship music.
Right.
And then I have like a cup of tea.
There you go. Hey guys, you got to do something. You're going to have to do. And when I posed this question on Twitter yesterday or the day before, I posted on Instagram. A lot of people, because you have to do something, and I've just brought it up, so maybe you could share something that someone else might try. You have to say even keeled, centered, and a lot of us that are Christians on here, we read the Bible, we pray, and whatever you do to keep yourself even keeled. I do a plethora of things. Is that a word, Janae? Plethora? I do a plethora of things to keep myself. I like walks. I like walking with the dogs. I like hiking, reading. Believe it or not, a strenuous workout, like a crazy workout, keeps me even keeled. Of course, I pray and meditate and talk to the Lord. But you have to do something. Have to do something to keep yourself even keeled. Don't be afraid to check in and say that. All right, guys. Point number 2. Remember, we're talking about the ability to stay focused. That is the superpower of the 21st century. The ability to stay focused. Here's point number 2. Do the most difficult things first. Now, you laid out your day. I'm going to read your comment in a minute, Greg Caven. Thanks for checking it. You laid out your day the night before or the week before, or whatever system you employ. Do the most difficult things first. Do that thing that you don't want to do first, where you have the most energy. The most difficult duties will never get easier, family. They won't get easier. The more we fret about them, the more we put them off, it doesn't mean that they're going to get any easier, right? We only waste energy that would have been better spent by just digging in and doing the most difficult thing first. Get after the hardest job right away while you're still fresh and while you still have the energy, while you still have the cognitive oomph. Get after the hardest thing first. Get after the hardest thing first. Research, got a little scientific research here in my notes. Research has shown that our minds are the sharpest in the morning, and that's when we should tackle the tough jobs. After these are out of the way, we can relax, take care of the more routine work that doesn't require much time in the way of mental strain, ability, or energy. Now, your morning time might be different than other people's morning time. Now, when we say morning, it's whenever you had that 6 to 8 hours of sleep that you need. You might work the midnight shift. So your 5 a.m., your 6 a.m. might be terrible, but you might be good. You might be great at 1 in the morning. If that's your time, you have to know yourself, have to measure yourself. If that's your strongest period, that's when you get done the hardest tasks, right? If that's your sharpest period, that's when you get them done. Greg Caven on Facebook Live, he checked it. He said, pumping iron helps tame the beast. But in the moment, when the bull's eyes are starting to turn red, I have to close my eyes, take a deep breath, exhale slowly, then I can respond like a human. So going right back to what Janae says, maybe he's practicing some breathing exercises to help him stay even keeled. Whatever you got to do. So point number 2 is do the most difficult things first. Janae, what is your sharpest period of the day, time of the day?
I would think around 11 to 2, like 11 to 2? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Kair, what about you? Your sharpest moments of the day, where you're the sharpest cognitively?
I would say like 5 p.m.
Okay.
Until
that's when
I get tired. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. Okay. That's when you should do your hardest tasks. When you're the sharpest. I know they're like, he's asking me this, and I'll let me see. I work for him from 9 to okay. So so get it done. Find out when you're the sharpest. What's up, Mike? Down in Pleasantville. Find out when you're sharpest.
One of my like duties or whatever for my job is to schedule and create posts.
Yeah.
For like all the social medias, and it's a lot.
Right.
And I do 3 days at a time. Like on Monday, I do everything for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I don't really get started doing that until around 10:45. Like the first hour and change at work, I'm just like, like, all right, let me get the mail. Let me check the email. But then like at around 11 o'clock, I really am just like, all right, here we go. And then I just crank out 3 days worth of posts in about 90 minutes. And then after that, I'm kind of tired, like mentally. But then I just like take I stand up and stretch. And then I do the next bit of work.
It's about knowing who you are. Mike the barber checks in. Smooth the barber checks in. He says his sharpest times are 11 to 5. It's about knowing where your sharpest periods are and doing the hardest tasks during those periods. Don't check your email during the sharpest periods. All right. Emails. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Some of y'all, he didn't email me today because I ain't check it till 4 o'clock. I ain't check it till 4 or 5. You know, you can go down the rabbit hole of emails and be in there all stinking day long. Pep342 on Instagram Live. What's up, cousin? He says 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for work tasks. So know your sharpest times. Know where you're the sharpest and how and we're talking about the ability to stay focused. Eliminate the hardest task first. Eliminate those, off the bat when you are your sharpest. Now, I got to jump into this. I still want you to answer the question and put it in the comments, put it in the Instagram share. I'll read it out loud. What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? What do you do to keep yourself even keeled? Here's point number 3. And then after let me do let's take a break. And we'll come back with points 3, 4, and 5. You're watching the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. Join Instagram Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Thank you for checking in. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or you can give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
And hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I am the author of this book called Unstoppable. Now, what Unstoppable is about is it's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. Why don't you pick up your copy today? Go to my website, www.ralphgravesjr.com. Go to Amazon. This book is sold wherever fine books are sold, anywhere in the country. My name is Ralph Graves. Let's be unstoppable together. That's what you want. Hey, we're back. Facebook Live. I was just telling Instagram Live, do not forget that I wrote a book called Unstoppable. If you haven't picked it up, make sure you grab it. Make sure you get a copy of this book, 7 Universal Laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. You're going to find out in this book that pursuing success is a little bit difficult, but the more you become who you're supposed to become, success will find you. We talk about habits. We talk about universal habits, universal laws that cannot be violated. That will not be violated, right? Hey, listen, I heard somebody say this today. Everything that you have, everything that you don't have, everything that you are, everything that's going on in your life right now is because of the type person you are. It's because of who you are. You want a different set of friends? You want more elevation? Then work more on yourself. You want better finance? Listen, all your financial structure, everything boils down to who we are. So we are talking about the ability to stay focused, making that or realizing that is a superpower of the 21st century. And we're going into 2021. So let's look at this. So let's look at point number 3. Now, I got something to say in point number 3 that's going to blow your mind because I have a hard time doing it. Anyway, point number 3 is this: eliminate distractions and time wasters. Eliminate distractions and time wasters. What do I mean by that? Real emergencies are going to come up, and you have to deal with them. The majority of situations that do come up to distract us are not emergencies. We really don't have that many emergencies during the course of the day. Thank God we don't have that many emergencies during the course of the day. What's happening, Jacob? My nephew just checked in. What's happening? We don't have that. So I need to eliminate distractions and time wasters if I am pursuing the goals, if I'm pursuing being the man that God has called me to become. I have to eliminate distractions and time wasters. The majority of the situations that come up really aren't emergencies. There are a few, and we have to deal with them, but thank God they're not every day, right? Most of the things that come up as distractions, they really don't require us to act immediately. Now, I know you want to be a great person. Now, you want to be a great guy, great gal. You want to be something that somebody that can depend on, and you're going to answer every text as soon as you get it. No. If it's a distraction, matter of fact, try this. Turn off your phone while you're doing deep work. Phone don't need to be on unless it's part of your job. But if you're writing, if you're doing deep work, I got songwriters on here, I got poets, I got authors on here, I got athletes watching, I got all kinds. If you are doing something that is going to advance you, that is helping you become who God called you to become, limit that distraction. Eliminate it. Eliminate distraction.
I'm glad that you said, like, unless it's your job, because it's so hard because my job is social media.
Yeah.
I'll be working, but then I'll just be like not working and I don't remember what happened.
Okay. Yeah.
And
so let's look at, and maybe you guys in here are do what Janae does with social media and stuff like that. Maybe there's some tools you can put in place. Maybe there's some tools. Maybe there's some blocks. Maybe there's turn off some notifications. Maybe there's some tools that you can put in place. A lot of what we do social media, we schedule it ahead of time. So if you see me tweeting at 2 a.m., I am asleep. I just scheduled it during the course of the day. So maybe I don't know. We have to figure that out, but we have to eliminate distractions and time wasters. Deshauna Clark says on Facebook Live, she says, prioritizing tasks and knowing what needs to be done or what needs to be dealt with now or later on. Check this out. Responding to requests immediately. This is going to blow your mind. Responding to these requests, these requests that are everybody else's emergencies, but not yours. Responding to these requests immediately will only set you up to receive more of them. That's what it does. I spent all day being everything to everybody, and I did not become or work on who I'm supposed to become. You see what I'm saying? So the more requests, the more times you respond immediately, you set yourself up to respond to more. Some things just can wait. Will people get offended? Sure, but you should get offended that you are not becoming who God designed you to become. Listen. Man, people want their emails answered right away. People want their text messages answered right away. Now, you and I, we're doing things like this, and you're watching the Ralph Grace Jr. program, right? Pastor Ralph Grace Jr. program. We have to be mature enough to understand that just because they didn't text me back right away doesn't mean that they're ignoring me. All right. First of all, your top 5 should be just as driven and just as purposeful as you are. So the fact that they didn't answer you back immediately, don't get your panties or your drawers all up in the bunch. All right. They might be working as hard on themselves if you're working on yourself. All right. But the more you respond immediately, I'm not telling you not to respond, but I'm talking about while you're doing your deep work. While you're doing your deep work. And so that's all I'm saying. While you're doing your deep work, you can't go run into everybody's emergency, which really, aren't emergencies. Check this out and watch this. Now, this was difficult for me. Learn to embrace boredom. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Learn to embrace boredom. What does that mean? That means that you have to wean your mind from this longing to be distracted. We wait in lines. Let's go back to Chick-fil-A, right? We wait in lines. What do? We're looking at our phones while we're waiting. We're in the doctor's office. We're looking at phones. We're in church. You don't think I see you? Looking at our phones, right? Right. If there's no such thing as a bored moment. And so what happens is if I'm not used to these bored moments anymore, I will always look for a distraction. Well, because I'm going into deep work and because I'm trying to be who God called me to be, and that's not going to happen without deep work, I have to learn to embrace some bored moments. I should be able to stand in line without looking at my cell phone, without playing Golf Clash. I do play Golf Clash, or whatever game I play on it. I should be able to be bored for 15, 20 minutes. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound crazy? But if you start embracing boredom, you'll be able to wean yourself from this need for distractions and time wasters. Oh, I hope I'm making sense today. I hope I'm making sense. Does that make sense, Janae? Embracing boredom?
Yeah, and because I think it was like 2 weeks ago, we were talking about something, and I said that I wanted to be bored less.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a problem with doing nothing, but I think you have to also like realize, like, find a healthy balance between always being bored and still doing deep work.
Yeah. And when I say be bored, guys, I'm talking about strategically.
Yeah, like my boredom's not strategic.
Yeah. I'm talking about strategic boredom. I'm not talking about boredom that allows yourself to get in trouble. I'm talking about being strategically bored as I'm waiting in line for something, as I'm waiting to be seen next, because now I'm kind of weaning myself from the need to have a distraction.
Oh,
all right.
Is it also like just kind of giving your brain just like a minute to just decompress?
Yeah.
So that you can continue to keep working, so you don't like hit burnout just doing random stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my next point. It's point number 4. Point number 4 is after I've eliminated distractions, after I've started embracing some boredom, regenerate to keep up your energy. Now, that means when I get up and I walk away from my task, I'm sermon writing, right? You guys know I preach 2 sermons a week. That means I got to write 2 sermons a week. 52 weeks in a year, I'm up to 110 sermons, right? You know, a lot of preachers say, oh man, you crazy preaching 2 different sermons a week. Now that's you. Let me be me. I know what I'm built for. Okay. And so I get up and I walk away, not with my cell phone in my hand. I'm just decompressing, man. I'm not looking at another thing. Sometimes I'll sneak out if I'm at church and praise and worship is rehearsing. Sometimes they see me on Saturday mornings. I know they wonder what I'm doing here. I'm just going over the sermon and I want to decompress. I want to walk out. So you have to regenerate to keep up your energy. So what does it look like? You're sitting at home. You got the kids, right? I'm talking to moms on here. Listen, I know a couple of moms that are on here watching and dads on here watching. You got kids. You're working all day. You're doing your thing. And he's like, oh, my God, I need to regenerate. I remember my mother, right? And mom, I know you're on one of these things. My mom would either lock herself in the bathroom because my brother was terrible. Wasn't me. My mom would lock herself. Yeah, it was me. My brother was terrible. I was terrible. My mom would lock herself in the bath just to regenerate. I remember we used to walk around the house and say, Mom, and she would say, she's not here. So what must you do to regenerate to keep up your energy? So maybe mom and dad, maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe he's taking the dog for the walk. Maybe it's doing something safe. But watch this. Take a quick break during the course of the day while you're working on something. If you feel your energy fading, you feel a fog coming on, you take a break, right? Take a brisk walk, take a run, take a stretch. You can always go to YouTube, right? And I stretch with this guy on YouTube, stretching for beginners, right? And so I stretch, right? Do whatever creates results for you to take a brief retreat from work and come back refreshed and regenerated. In the gym, I'm always going to the gym. But in the gym, there's breaks between sets. There's breaks between exercises. There must be. It's the same thing with our mental and while we're creating. There's every 45 minutes, every hour, get up, set the timer on your phone. Man, I'm behind schedule. Set the timer on your phone. Take a 10-minute break. Boom, timer went off. Let me go take 10. And it's okay to walk away like when you're on something. We're like, I don't want to walk away because I'm on it. No, walk away when you're on it so that when you come back, you can pick right up where you left off. That makes sense? Janae, that's what writers do, right? You never just walk away when you're fading. You walk away at a strong point. So when you come back to pick up. Mike's Move the Barber says, that's me. When busy, when he gets, what does he say? I'm busy. And as soon as he gets a free chance to go outside to get some fresh air and then get back in it. That's what you have to do. Janae, can you give us the verse of the day? Give us the verse of the day. I pastor Cornerstone Community Church. I'm a believer. I love Jesus Christ. He's my personal savior. I love my wife. I love my life. I love my children. I love my church family. Most of all, I love the Lord. Now, it's the word of God that keeps me even keeled. It's the word of God that it's so many promises. And one is that he'll order my steps. So I leave it up to him to order my steps. Now, ordering the steps, and man, I got to get with this after this short thing. That means that I'm obedient to what he says. Greg Caven says this as Janae's preparing herself. He says this on Facebook Live. I don't like to do nothing. When there is nothing to do, I like to have a lot to do and choose to do nothing. I get you, Greg. You sound like Paul in Ephesians chapter 6. You sound crazy, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Janae, what's the verse of the day?
Okay. The verse of the day is this. When setting your goals, hopefully you are not just in it for your own well-being. Mm-hmm. Philippians 2:4 reminds us of this and says, let each of you look out not only for his own interests, but also for the interests of others. Yeah. Hopefully you want the impact you're planning to be felt in a positive way worldwide.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Let each of you look out not only for his own interest, but also for the interest of others. That's the verse of the day. Don't be afraid to open the door for somebody who's moving in the same direction that you're going. Don't be afraid to look out for others. Don't be afraid to do that. Thank you, Janae, for sharing that. I want to say this too. I got to say this. It's not in my notes, but I got to say this. And I was talking to a friend of mine last night. You know, we live in a day and age where people love these positive affirmations. I have positive affirmations, right? Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. That's a great positive affirmation. But understand this. It's just like reading the word of God. It does you no good to know it if you don't apply it. All right? Affirmations without the discipline is delusional. Affirmations without discipline is delusional. You can have all the positive affirmations you want in the world, but if you have not developed what is talked about in this book, Unstoppable, written by me, if you have not developed habits and are disciplined in the right habits, you can have all the positive affirmations you want. You're just delusional. All right? It's just like the word of God. I know some folks who know the Bible from Genesis to Revelations, but without application, it's just knowledge. It's just knowledge. How long? I talked about this last week. How long? When are we going to begin to apply everything that we know? So I'm glad you have some positive affirmations. That's great. Moving into 2021. I'm going to be this. And 2021 going to be the year that I'll do such. Stop it. Stop. Unless you've developed disciplines, you're not going to reach any of that foolishness you're talking about. Okay? It takes discipline. And that's what this show is about. That's what the Ralph Graves Jr. show is about here every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Help you develop. And you guys are brilliant. You guys are smart. You guys pour into me as well. Help you develop some strategies so that we can be all that we are designed to be. All right. Point number 5. We'll spend the last 10 minutes on this. I hope everybody's enjoying this. Kai, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, very good. All right. Point number 5. Point number 5. Constantly remind yourself of your ultimate goals. Constantly. What is your goal for that day? What is your goal for that week? What is your goal for that moment? Hey guys, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted about an hour ago that success is made up, or success occurs in the everyday moments, one step at a time. So what is my goal for this moment? What is my goal for today? What do I want to accomplish today within the hours of deep work, or within the hours of work that I'm working, before the kids, before the bills, before husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, however you do it? What's my goal? What's my goal? Constantly remind yourself of your ultimate goal. Create a vision board. I know that's popular, right? When you're first getting started, people create vision boards, right? That's a vision board. Look at that. Look at that. Heart to heart. Sierra says, she said, make yourself a vision board so you can reflect on your goals daily. She's right. Are you in my notes? Did you somehow hack my notes? Heart to heart, right? Goal setting has to be turned into success, Mike says. Vanessa says on Instagram Live, kind of a big deal. That's a good one. And having realistic goals for the day, etc. Have a realistic goal for the day. Look at the ultimate goal. What must I do today? I'm looking at my vision board. What must I do today that'll move me closer to that? Now, don't get in this funk, as I said earlier, thinking that I'm never going to be happy until I reach my goal. That's a lie. You can be happy while pursuing your goals. I said earlier, you will always be happy as you make up your mind to be. Reaching goals and accomplishing goals are nice, but they don't make you happy. That's not the cause of happiness. You make up your mind to be as happy as you want to be. Now, I'm happy in the pursuit of my goals, because if I say to myself, I'm not happy until I reach such and such, I will be in a funk every day. I'll be living in regret until I get there. And then when I get there, it's like, this was nothing. Then I got to set a loftier goal, right? Because I'm pursuing something that I didn't have to pursue, that I can determine to be as happy as I want to be.
And I think you said something a while ago, maybe not like recently, but like success and everything that you're trying to get, it's a byproduct anyway.
Yeah.
So it's more so just about how you get there than the actual thing you want, because that will determine like what kind of person you are. But it's just a byproduct of what you do every day.
Yeah.
The outcome.
Thank you, Janae. Hear what she said? It's just a byproduct of what you do every day. Your success, your goals, it's a byproduct of what you do every day. That's why focus is the superpower. That's why focus is the superpower. How are we going to focus today? We got about 8 minutes left in this show. So I'm going to hang up on everybody in about 8 minutes, right? And then I got to go about this day of focus. So focus is superpower. And we learned 5 things today. I'm going to dive deep in number 5. Set it up the day, the night before. Set up your day the night before. Do the most difficult things first. Eliminate distractions and time wasters. And a little caveat under that, little subtopic was, don't be afraid to embrace the boredom. Regenerate, keep up your energy. Point number 5, constantly remind yourself of your ultimate goal for that day. Create that vision board, right? A mind movie. That's the first time when I was doing my notes, I was reading about a mind movie. I don't even know what that is, a mind movie. Or some system that serves as a constant reminder of what you're working toward. Now, listen to me. I can't say this enough. You have to become something to really get what you want. To have there's something called the law of attraction, and it does exist. That's why we work on ourselves more than anything else. Right. So to achieve, to be, then I have to work on myself, a constant reminder of what I'm moving toward. The why behind the goal is just as crucial. It's crucial, and it'll serve as a motivator. What's the why behind that goal? What is it? Everybody, the past 2 or 3 years, everybody was talking about Simon Sinek's book, Finding Your Why. What is it? You talked about the book. I hope you went and got it and read it. What is your why? What is your why? Yeah, the law of attraction is real. You attract what you are. Oh, that's a whole nother show. I can't. I don't have time. I got 6 minutes left. You attract what you are. That's all I'm saying to you. That's all I'm saying to you. You attract what you are. You want more, then become more. And guess what? That's not up to the Lord to make you more. It's not up to God to make you more. It's up to you to make yourself more. It's up to you to dive into personal development. It's up to you to decide that I'm going to give my entire life over to Christ. That's up for you to decide. It's up for you to decide that I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to read some other things. I'm going to apply it. That I'm going to let Christ have full control. That's up to you. God ain't going to put you in no headlock and force you to be nothing. Yeah, he'll never do it. Stop waiting. Stop. I'm just waiting for the Lord to move. He might be waiting for you to move. Constantly remind yourself of your ultimate goal, right? All right. So, guys, there you have it. There you have it. It's 10:55. I'm only hanging out to 11 o'clock. You know why? Because I got some goals that I got to reach today. Because I'm trying to become a certain person, because there's certain things that need to be in my life that will only come as I grow as a person. All right. So, final thoughts, everybody. Final thoughts. Instagram Live, Facebook Live. Jennifer Woodard says, my goal every morning is to wake up, is to be better than I was yesterday. All right. Good. I'm glad you said that. So what are we doing to be better than we were yesterday? I'm going to leave you with this. Me and my son had this conversation yesterday. We talked about that the ultimate sign of adulthood is the ultimate sign of adulthood is, and maturity, is accepting responsibility for your life, right? It's the ultimate sign of it. So after I've accepted the responsibility, I've got to do something about it. I coach football, right? Flash Blandon was watching earlier. I don't know if he's on there. Pop Jones, a big brother of mine, football coach. One of the things we used to hate was when a receiver dropped the ball and said, it's my bad. Now, I'm glad he accepted responsibility. Yes, we know it's your bad. You dropped the ball. We know that's your bad. Now accept responsibility and improve, become a better pass catcher. So some of you have gotten to the point where you've accepted responsibility for your life, and that's good. But now you got to move past saying, it's my fault. Do something about it. That's the ultimate sign that you have reached adulthood and maturity. That's all I got for you today. That's all I got. Guys, have a wonderful new year. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Have a great new year. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I'm going to say this one time, and I'll talk about it next time we get together. I am no longer accepting someone telling me to stay safe. And I'm no longer going to stay safe to somebody. I'm going to tell you why next week when we get together. I'm just going to say, take care of yourself, as I will do everything in my power to take care of myself. Final thoughts, ladies?
Have a good day and happy holidays.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Just, start planning some goals,
Start planning some goals. Guys, check out. Thank you, Janae. Check out the Truth Boost, guys. Go over to my Spotify. We have some great episodes on Spotify. Got some great ones coming up, some great guests. It's the Unstoppable podcast on Spotify with Ralph Graves Jr. Go check those out. About 30 minutes long. Hopefully some of you can get on there. I want to talk to some of you. If you haven't got my Truth Boost, you can text C3E, Charlie 3 Echo, to the number 313131. And you will get a daily truth boost to kind of help you move throughout the day. My name is Ralph Graves Jr., Pastor Ralph Graves Jr. I pastor the Cornerstone Community Church. Guys, thank you so much for checking out this program. But more importantly than anything, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Hey, guys, have a wonderful new year. Take care of yourselves. God bless.